Hey, it's Gigguk, and you're watching Pixel Party Pals.
Hey guys, how we doing? So we're back on another Gigguk video. Now this one really intrigues me because, I'm going to be honest, I don't think anyway, I've ever watched an anime based around sports. There's one that's out at the moment, oh god, I can't remember the name, but it's about badminton. It seems to be doing quite well. Whenever I go to London Comic Con, I see people dressed up in basketball jerseys, which I think is from Haikyuu, or is that the volleyball one? There's a lot of them. I mean, even when I was at university, I remember when I go in the manga section, there was a manga called The Prince of Tennis. So it's always been like a thing. But I've never really got into it. So I thought it'd be interesting to watch this and see what Gigguk has to say on the art of sports anime, because it's obviously popular. And I feel like it's one of those, if I actually just dive into one, I'd be really intrigued and will want to watch a lot of others. So let's see what Gigguk has to say on the art of sports anime.
This video was made
That was amazing
by
intro.
Honkai
Boom.
Bird, The Hand of God,
Yeah.
Rumble in the Jungle, the 2008 Wimbledon final. When we talk about some of the most iconic sporting moments ever, these are some of the classics that have stood the test of time.
Yes.
If you're a basic-ass normie sports fan, nuh-uh. We aren't here to talk about this boring, overhyped, pansy-ass shit. We're talking about the good stuff.
Right.
We're talking Seirin's rematch with Toho, Ippo versus Sendo. I'm talking Gate of fucking Bootylon, motherfucker.
What the hell?
Real sports.
The real sports.
Anime sports. Sports anime used to be the underachieving child of the medium, sitting in this weird limbo grey area where it didn't fully appeal to either of the target demographics it was meant to. Weebs wouldn't want to watch it.
I suppose you could argue that
because it was
Megalobox is a
written
sport in anime.
and sports fans wouldn't want to watch it because it was about this weird-ass Chinese weeb shit. Luckily, in recent times, the reputation of watching sports anime has become more widely accepted, with a handful of recent
look at 'em.
even becoming
Free.
breakout hits.
I suppose
today,
I've watched
I
the sports one then. I like free.
sports anime by talking about all the weird and wonderful things about them, because
forgot about
I
that.
like sports anime. I've always loved sports anime. I mean, it's just really an excuse to show tournament arc after tournament arc after tournament arc after.
suppose.
Why would I not love a genre that is
Yeah,
made up of
Megalobox.
90% tournament arc? See, one of the appeals of
Yes.
sports anime is that you're taking something based on reality but transporting it to the anime world with anime rules, and nowhere is this more apparent than with superpowers. By
Yes.
superpowers, I don't mean athletes flying about dragging flying over some sports ball of some kind, because that would be fucking stupid and ridiculously over the top, and that's why it only happens occasionally.
What? Whoa.
No, what I'm talking about is how anime can take the simplest move and turn it into a goddamn superpower. Specialized techniques, different formations, personalized skills. If there's one rule to adhere to, it's that every move needs a name, no matter how big or impressive, or no one will give a shit.
Right.
Something like this may look impressive to a football fan, but if you know nothing about football, how are you supposed to know how amazing this is if it's not called something like shoot, ignite rocket,
Yeah. Yeah. That's fun. Yes, of course. Yes.
Because it's based on reality, you can literally bullshit any skill into an epic superpower. Like,
Yes.
imagine how stupid Akashi's Emperor Eye would look in real life. I mean, it's people just literally kneeling down to the most basic of crossovers you can do. What is this shit? Even I can do this. Alright, let's do this. But that's part of the charm of it, because what sounds cooler to you?
Oh my
a
God.
sudden change in ball direction causing people to wrong foot themselves and fall over? Or a
Or-
fucking magic Emperor Eye that causes people to kneel before them because his orders are absolute?
It's true.
This is still a show about basketball, by
Oh
the way. And
my
this becomes
God.
truly apparent when you learn about some kind of specialized technique from an anime, then you see the real-life counterpart and you realize it really wasn't as cool as the anime made it out.
Yeah.
Let's take one of the most iconic moves in all of sports anime.
Okay.
The Dempsey roll.
The
That's
Dempsey
right,
roll.
Ippo's ultimate finisher. Nobody stands a chance once it gets going because you're about to be hit by multiple 10-ton punches from each direction.
Whoa.
There is no move cooler than this.
They maneuver around the center ring. Now watch. There, that's big left. And
Whoa.
Wait, that's it? What
Yeah.
do you mean this is the Dempsey roll? Where's the steam? Where's the fucking jet engine? He didn't even shout out the bloody move name. This isn't
Didn't even
realistic
shout
at all.
out the
Next, you'll be
move.
telling me that strapping metallic mechanized arms
Megalobox was
would be a
awesome.
slight health and safety issue. But aside from giving
Well,
super mega
yeah.
awesome move names to the most mundane of actions, how else can we portray the power of a move so the audience can fully comprehend what the players are feeling like in the moment? Well, we get to the visual metaphors.
Visual
Move
metaphors.
names are one thing, but if you truly want the audience to grasp what it's like to be a player on the field, it's all about the visual metaphors.
Of course.
Some may be simple, like high Q using the crow imagery when someone jumps, ping
That's
pong
cool.
the animation proving that you can win if you have the power of gods and anime by your side,
Wow.
with a dash of LSD, and then you have Ice Shield 21, giving a different over-the-top visual cue for every
Whoa.
bloody move for every bloody person. This guy isn't just running fast, he's running faster than the speed of light,
My
which
God.
shouldn't be possible according to Einstein. But Einstein
what was
could
he,
go
though?
fuck himself.
Yeah.
And I get it. Sometimes we need an artistic rendition to properly portray an exaggerated move or action so
Oh my
the audience
God.
can anchor it to a feeling. Like, we all know the teleports behind you meme that we see all over anime, but what no one seems to mention is that by far the worst offender of doing this unironically is every fucking ball in the history of anime sports. Nothing personal, kid. All of this, however, is completely irrelevant
Oh my
next
God.
to the magnum opus of any technique in sports anime,
Right.
the Tezuka Zone from Prince of Tennis. You see, by
there we
alternating
go.
the spin on a tennis ball, what this does is Tezuka can kind of manipulate the direction the ball comes back in.
Yeah.
Sort of makes sense, right? I mean, you can kind of see some real-world logic here. So, with this basic principle in mind, what Tezuka can do in a single stroke is the spin he puts on the ball translates this into a gravitational force which starts sucking in planets. Now, this gravitational force becomes so powerful that he can create a black hole which starts sucking in the entire universe, which Tezuka can now use to recreate the Big Bang. And I know what you're thinking. What's this got to do with tennis anymore? Well, if you pay attention, motherfucker, and knew anything about physics, you'd know that this tennis Big Bang released thousands of planet-sized tennis balls which spread all over the entire universe. And that's not all, motherfucker, because this is what killed off the dinosaurs. And that's the Tezuka Zone. It makes perfect sense. But because of ridiculous moments like these, I want to take a quick moment to show appreciation
There
for
we
how
go.
amazing sports anime can look when it just looks realistic. Whether it be
Right.
Free making the act of swimming look more refreshing
Yeah,
than a
Free's
cold drink in the
decent,
Sahara
like-
Desert, Hanebato's crisp and intense choreography that
That's not
feels as
Hanebado.
exhausting as actually playing it, or some of the performances in
Yuri
Yuri
on
on
Ice.
Ice. I remember getting proper chills the first time I saw the Yuri on Ice choreography, just because
Wow.
of how damn beautiful and graceful it looked. You know, before the rest of the series happens. It proves that sometimes the most impressive thing you can do with a sports anime is just to make it look and feel like the actual sport.
Yeah.
Because there are also other things that act a bit weird in the genre. But before that, I wanted to introduce the sponsor for today's video, Honkai Impact 3rd.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
this is the second time Honkai Impact have come to me, and I'm honestly really happy to promote it again.
I'm sure
As you
someone
can
else
see
was talking
here,
about this
it's an
in another
action
video
combat
as
game
well. It
that's
looks pretty
free to play
decent.
and runs on your mobile, and honestly still surprises me how good this game looks for a free mobile game.
For a mobile game, it
Real-time
looks pretty
combat
decent,
system
like.
is really satisfying, and it has more depth than it initially seems, especially when you start unlocking different characters, weapons, and skins, because in this game the skins aren't just cosmetic, but they affect your abilities and playstyle. If
Fair
you want
enough.
to know, Mei is my favourite girl because I like the close quarters rapid attack style, and either way, Mei is Bae, alright? The game has since been
Mei
updated
is
since my
Bae.
last shout out, with a new skin and character being added just a few weeks ago, which you can now get your hands on. And also, the latest story chapter has just been added for you to play through and follow
Oh, right,
along
so it's
with.
got story mode
Yes,
as well,
that's
that's
right,
cool.
there is a story mode that comes with the game,
Cool.
complete with cutscenes. If this sounds like your cup of tea, or
Cool.
you just want to try this out, then there is a link in the description below where you can download it on either iOS or Android. And with that, we can get back to our sports anime, as we were just
Yay.
talking about anime sports superpowers and visual metaphors. But here's the thing. Everything I've just described can be applied to any real-life activity, whether it technically counts as a sport or
I
not.
suppose, yeah.
And because of this, there are a whole myriad of shows that might not technically be a sport, but they certainly feel like a sports anime. They're not sports anime, they're sports anime? What I'm talking about
What?
here is the Chihaya Furus, Akagi, Initial D's, and even the Food Wars of the world.
Food
Shows
Wars.
which take the traditional sports anime formula and applies
Yes.
it to an activity.
I agree with
or
that.
game. The dictionary
After everything you've
definition
just
of
talked
sport
about.
is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against each other or others for entertainment. Which could apply to pretty much anything. Hell, this is anime, so you can take any activity, put it in a competitive environment, add the act of girls orgasming doing said activity, and you have yourself a hit show. Shokugeki and Kakigiri have pretty much turned cooking and gambling into an extreme sport at this point. So what else can we do? Extreme ironing, Edward cider hands, loading Pornhub while your phone's at 1% battery?
My God.
What? I guess by that same definition, doesn't that mean Yu-Gi-Oh also counts as a sports anime?
You could argue that, couldn't you?
Here, you can take this can of worms I just opened. I don't want to deal with this right
God
now.
damn. Oh no!
I don't want it!
No!
I don't know about things that are debatably sport or not. I am still waiting for an esports anime. I know a lot of you are going to shout King's Avatar, but that didn't really turn out to be an esports anime, but more an anime with esports in it. So I'm looking at you, Riot Games. Yes, you, Riot, who just used the No Game No Life OST for their newest trailer. Look, I know you want to make ones. Just do it already. Just do it. Make the first esports anime. Look, you can even script TSM to win something as well. It'll be perfect. That way it will count as a fantasy anime too. Then you have the sports anime with completely made up sports that we wish really existed. Air Gear did something near impossible and almost made the act of rollerblading cool again.
Right.
Keijo is a butt wrestling sport which technically doesn't
seems
exist,
so
but it does
strange.
in my heart, and that's all that matters, okay? And finally, we have Girls and Panzer portraying the fictional sport of tankery, where a bunch of cute anime girls basically play World of Tanks with real tanks and live ammunition. Now, you may be wondering, how can this possibly count as a sport? Because that just sounds ridiculously stupid and dangerous. Yeah, I fucking know, right? To keep on this train of things which follow the sports anime formula, let's talk about the setups. It's no secret that many sports anime follow a similar setup, and part of the reason I love sports anime is that in a lot of ways it's the purest form of shonen, and it's so unapologetic about it. Most of them tackle themes of rivalry, determination, hard work, camaraderie. It's about power scaling, power ceiling, power rankings. It's constantly about training and progression, and while predictable, it's always interesting to see how different series tackle these in their own way. If you're just looking for a cheap and cheerful shonen fix, there is no better way than sports anime. However, with that said, you can't deny that there are many things about this setting that have become a little cliche. I think most of this boils down to so many shows taking place in a high school setting with lots of the same character archetypes, though you'd be forgiven for forgetting these characters are in high school because half of all sports characters don't even look their fucking age. A lot of characters already look really old for their age, like almost everyone in Kuroko, but Kuroko looks like fully grown men wearing school uniforms. But with the whole power escalation progression trying to make newer rivals look more intimidating than the last, you end up with some characters just taking the fucking piss. Like, if this is how athletes look in high school, is this what the fucking pros of the world look like? Honestly, I would love to see more sports anime that is not set in high school, where the ultimate goal is to jerk off your teammates hard enough to find your way to nationals. Of course, the protagonist is going to be a first year who is either an absolute genius or complete newbie. And of course, we've got to win because this is the last time we're going to be able to play with our senpais, guys! Our senpais! We don't want to be like that other team of pussies who are crying because they don't get to play with our senpais anymore. God damn it, man, I'm taking the piss, but it gets me every bloody time. And then there is the reminder that we are still indeed in high school, because there is nothing more jarring when the show finishes a super intense, what feels like life or death match, and then in the next episode, everyone's like, oh, shit, guys. We got fucking homework to do. Like, seriously, who the fuck actually likes the homework episode? Like, at least in a hot springs or beach episode, we get some good fan service to keep us distracted. But who the fuck thought it would be a good episode idea to see boys panic studying to get moderately past all grades?
That happens.
What's supposed to happen after nationals is over? Do senpais graduate and realize that dribbling a ball at Mach 3 is not an employable skill set? Does Aomine go on a date, gets offered a cheeky handjob, then smacks his date in the face because he needs to remind that bitch the only one who can beat me is me? This is why I can appreciate when an anime goes beyond high school and mirrors the structure of the real international stage. And part of the draw when I first saw Ippo and Yuri on Ice was exactly that. The stage felt much grander, the stakes felt higher, and I don't know, sometimes watching Ippo matches actually feels like you're watching a real sporting event, and it was much easier to absorb myself into it. But on occasion you also get a sports anime where the sport merely acts as a vehicle to explore deeper themes. I've talked a lot about my love for Ping Pong the animation and how it's a crushingly realistic portrayal of aspirations in life, but even more recently with Megalobox, which everyone thought was just an unrelenting hype machine, actually became a succinct exploration of dreams,
it was so good,
and ambitions. With Joe himself acting as a vehicle for the different characters around him to explore this, while also being an unrelenting hype machine. But to bring this all back, no matter how a sports anime sets itself up, or how many cliches it ends up using, or how over the top it goes, there is one more thing that I've noticed sports anime has done, for me at least, in the time I've been watching it.
Spreading the love for a sport.
Let's be honest, alright? I'm sure a lot of us don't give a shit about sports, and certainly we don't give a shit about every sport. We are the one confused dickhead in every sports anime where the show just pauses for 5 minutes to blatantly spell out the rules just for us. Like the beginning of every show is a sports rendition of r/explain like I'm 5. And as much as I'm joking about this, I've learned the rules of American football, baseball, and volleyball from watching sports anime
cool
alone.
that you've managed to learn that.
Thanks to watching these shows, I've grown a deeper appreciation to many sports I would never have given a second look otherwise, and seeing moments like actual ice skaters profess their love for Yuri on Ice shows how much care and passion can go into these shows. They can have a real world effect on anyone watching it because these are real life activities they are based on, and sometimes, just sometimes, it can do something truly magical. Getting a weeb interested into sports. If you want to know my favourites in the genre, for hype it's hard to beat the king, Hajime no Ippo. For an unfiltered take on life and ambition, it's Ping Pong the Animation. And for most underrated, I've got to go with One Out, a different take on sports anime that focuses on winning using mind games, deception and trickery, and it's basically what would happen if Death Note fucked a baseball show. Because if you haven't figured it out by now, sports anime aren't about the sport. It's about the stories and characters behind them. So whether you want an underdog shonen tale or a crushing reflection of real-life ambition, realistic or ridiculous, uplifting or painfully relatable, you'll find it all here. And if you're still one that hasn't dove headfirst into sports anime yet, then you need to change that, because the bottom line is, you don't need to give a shit about sports to give a shit about sports anime.
Right, okay, sold me there.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much again to Honkai Impact for sponsoring this video. If any of what I talked about today interested you, then you can download their game by clicking on the link below. And I've also got a quick announcement. I'm trying something new this Saturday, and I'm going to be live streaming my impressions of the new seasonal anime. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the seasonal charts, we're going to watch all the PVs. I haven't seen any of the PVs myself, so I don't know what any of them look like. And then we're just going to see what looks good, what doesn't look good, what we're going to be watching this season, and what we're going to be avoiding. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, so if you want to join in, I'm going to be live streaming on twitch.tv/Gigguk this Saturday at 4 PM British Standard Time. That's 11 AM Eastern Standard Time if you want to join in on the fun, but you can also follow me on my Twitter in case any updates happen. Sorry if that's a bit early for any of you in America.
I mean, work at 5, so I could watch half an hour of that stream.
So you can catch it if you wake up in time. Anyway, that's it from me now, though. I've been Gigguk, and I will see you all next time.
Cool. That was awesome. You sold me there. That last line was brilliant. You don't need to give a shit about sports to give a shit about sports anime. I'm going to have to check some stuff out. Because I'm not really mad into sports. That was cool. Yeah, I need to check some of those out. Megalobox. Yo, it's so funny. I was like, I've not watched any of them. He's talking about Megalobox and Free. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen those. Duh. But yeah, I've not watched any of these other ones. These popular ones. I've not watched Yuri on Ice. I'll tell a lie, I watched the first episode of Yuri on Ice so I could watch the parody that Octopimp did. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. It's all of you guys next time.